Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to be drawing a rose. We're going to be drawing a 3D rose today. But to start, we're going to do a little warm-up. Often students who are musicians warm up by playing scales, athletes stretch their muscles, and we, as artists, are going to warm up by drawing. So today we're going to be drawing a bowl of cereal for our warm-up. We're going to be drawing a foreshortened circle. So to start, we're going to draw, so you can just draw this up in the corner. We're going to draw two dots that are across from each other. And then we're going to connect the dots with a foreshortened circle. Oops. So you can also kind of sketch what you're going to be doing. But watch me first, and then you can draw it. Okay, so kind of connect like that. A foreshortened circle is one of those pivotal shapes that can use as a foundation to create lots of objects. We can draw boxes, tables, houses with our square, and this curved surface helps us draw cylinder things like a bowl, a rose, a cub, hat, jellyfish. So go ahead and practice drawing 6 foreshortened circles on the top of your page. So remember, foreshortened means it's squished, just like we drew the squished square. So just practice drawing 6. So remember, you start with the dots, squish your circle to create a shape like this. Okay, so once you've done that, then you're going to draw the bowl. So let's just do one more at the bottom. Just like our one we're going to use for our bowl. We're going to draw the body of the bowl. So we have our 2 little dots right here. We're going to draw the body of the bowl. And then using a guideline, we'll draw a surface line right here. So here's our surface line. I'm going to draw my light source. So using a guideline in the direction of southwest, we're going to position the light source in the top right. We're going to draw the horizontal line. So remember, the southwest is like this. These are our guidelines going in this direction. This shows reflection in the shadow. And then we have, because it's darker over here, this will be our value of a 5. And then it's going to get lighter at a 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, you can go back and do some cross hatching farther apart as you get closer to the sun. You can also use your finger to blend. You also want to kind of use the shape of the bowl to create more curved lines. Also, so let's say there's some cereal in there, maybe some Cheerios or Frosted Flakes. And then the darkest, there'll also be the dark part right here. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1 value. And then there we've got our own little bowl. So this small bit of shading inside the corner right here, this has a really big effect on creating the illusion of depth. This small blending detail is very important when we're drawing the rose, so make sure you're paying attention to this small little detail. Okay, so before we draw the rose, we're going to draw a flag. So we're going to just do a couple little things before we get to the rose. We're going to introduce you to something called the peaking line. So this is a tiny detail of a small overlapping line that defines a fold or a wrinkle. So we're going to draw a peaking line. And I'll show you what that means in just a second. So let's go ahead and draw a flagpole. And then we're going to draw our 2 guide dots for our foreshortened circle. Now this foreshortened circle, we're actually only going to draw this first part of the circle, 3/4 of the foreshortened circle. So I'm going to stop here. So go ahead and stop right there. And I'll show you why in a second. Then we're going to draw the thickness of the flag. We're going to draw a curved line. This curved line is going to be curved a little bit more than this line right here. So notice how the curve is a little deeper than that line right there. Okay, then we're going to draw our peaking line. And this word peak, P-E-E-K. Peaking line. The peaking line is right here. So I'm going to draw a line down. This is my peaking line because this teeny tiny dash makes or break the drawing because it holds an enormous amount of visual power. It uses overlapping placement and size all at the same time. So that peaking line is really important. When we did do the flags for our castles, you guys did that also. So I'm going to shade. I'm going to do my value of a 5. I'm getting a little less thick as I go. Make sure to have, you're using that same curved line here in your shading. You also want to have that shading right here. That's that really important shading that we talked about. Okay, and then that is a curved flag. Okay. Now we're going to try one in reverse. So go ahead and draw a flag pole. Draw your 2 reference lines. I don't like that one. It's too round. Okay, then I'm going to stop, remember 3/4 there. Now I'm going to draw a line coming down here, and this line I'm going to actually have it come down longer. So again, this line is longer than this line. Then we're going to create a curved line here. Then we're going to draw a line that pushes up. We're going to push the back line up away from the near bottom corner. We have to curve this opposite of the line we've just drawn. So let me show you. This line is this direction, is going this way. This line is going this way. Also, you want to make sure that it hits in the middle, not down here. It hits in the middle. So this is a curved flag, and you could shade it and all that if you want to. Okay. We're going to draw one more little flag before we get to the rows. We're going to be drawing a curling flag, and this is going to be directly transferred to the rows. So again, we're still in our little practice of drawing. So one more flag to draw. Go ahead and draw the flagpole. Draw a reference line or reference dots. Okay, and then remember, this time we're going to spiral inward. So I'm going to draw my 3/4, actually maybe a little bit more, 3/4, and I'm going to spiral in like that. Okay, then we're going to bring down the flag like this. I'm going to create a curved line here. Now I'm also going to create my opposite line going from here to here. And now I have my curved flag. Oh, one more thing, this peaking line right here. This little line is really important. This is the peaking line. Make sure you draw that. Then you can go ahead and shade. Think about where the darkest places are going to be. They'll be right here, kind of curved in, nook and cranny there, and then kind of out a little bit. They're going to be right in here, up here, and up here. I actually forgot to show you a line that's really important. So I'm going to add it in blue. So there's actually a line that goes right here from here to here and from here to here. Those are your peaking lines. Mine, it doesn't show up because it was kind of small, but we'll go over that a little bit more when we do the rows. Okay, so now we did a lot of warm-up exercise for this lesson, but this is going to really help us when we're drawing the rows. So I'm just going to push this up to the top. Hopefully you have some room still on your page to do the rows. So we're going to draw a foreshortened bowl. Okay, so now we're just going to do our foreshortened bowl that we did earlier, but instead of cereal, it's going to be a rose. Okay. Okay, then we're going to draw a guide dot in the middle of the bowl, the rose bowl. Ha. Get it? Okay, then you're going to begin to spiral out the rose petal with 3/4 of a foreshortened circle. So I'm going to start spiraling out in the middle. So 3/4 of a foreshortened circle. So I'm going to go around like that. Then you're going to keep spiraling and keep spiraled foreshortening circles squished. So it's squished like this. It's not like that. So you want to keep it squished like that. Okay, so now you have a spiral. And notice that it's squished right there. You're going to erase this part of the line right here. So you want to make sure it is in one little spiral. So then you're just going to go ahead and erase that line. So then now you have a spiral that goes around. Okay, so now you're going to draw the peaking line that we talked about. It's going to be right here. Then you're going to be drawing lines from here to here, and those are going to be showing the thickness of the different folds of your line. So you're going to add them here and here. Remember, it kind of notice how it looks like the spiraled flag. Here and here, and here, and then here is where it tears, or it kind of rips off. Then we're almost at, now we're going to do little nooks and crannies, and think about right now, if you take back and look, we've got our 3D rows already. Now we're just going to enhance it. So nooks and cranny shading in these little spaces. Draw your light source at the top and blend and shade on each of the curved surfaces that are opposite of each other. So curved surfaces opposite of each other. Then you're going to draw thorns on the stem and draw some leaves, and then you are going to be finished. So you can go ahead and watch the rest of this to look for the shading. And then once you're done, I'll show you some bonus challenges you can do. Also, make sure in your little nooks and crannies, you're going to want to make sure that you blend it out. So you should have your value of 5, and then it should get lighter, and you can even blend it a little bit with your finger. So you can go ahead now and do a bonus challenge. The challenge is to draw a 6 rose bouquet. You can also think about how these petals can be similar to fabric wrinkles or flags or paper scrolls. So you can apply this to lots of different things. I'm also going to show you some student examples. And now what I want you to do is I want you to take what you've learned and try to incorporate it into your own. You can either draw a bouquet of 6 flowers, or you can just practice drawing another rose on your own. I'll show you some example student drawings, and that is it for the day. Awesome job, guys. I can't wait to see your beautiful roses. Here are some student examples that we just talked about. You can just look a little bit about how they did their rose. Maybe instead of doing 3 roses, you want to do, instead of doing 6 roses, just start with 3. Here is a whole bouquet. Also, this person experimented with doing a little rosebud. So the world is your oyster. So just go ahead and have fun and enjoy this drawing lesson. All right, bye-bye.